Okay, y'all, how y'all doing today? We back with a continuation of Dr. Delbert Blair Woman, Man, Child lecture reaction by me. Words of wisdom is food for thought. We're going to pick up where we left off. I gave a little gap because all this Q&A and people retarded. So let's just pick up where we left off, and we're going to just roll this footage. And we're going to enjoy the content. We're going to laugh a little bit. But truth be told, shit, that's it. Roll it.
Okay. Okay.
I can't hear nothing that lady saying. See, this is the thing about it. Y'all always try to have open mic dialogue in a big ass arena. Man, we just gonna get through this till that man start responding. Let's hit it.
Okay. Okay.
She probably talking shit she ain't know what she talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. I would totally agree. And in fact, any somewhat educated, not even necessarily schooled research will show that there are all kind of genetic reproductions on Earth. They state that they have not cloned. They cloned at the University of Chicago all the way back in the 50s.
You remember they cloned that damn sheep Dolly? That bitch died in 2 days. Keep cloning this shit. They don't last too long.
58 to be exact, 57, put 5 such on an island and observed them for 20 years. They have cloned and replicated just about everything you can think of, including a dinosaur. And dinosaurs.
Hey, that go that Jurassic Park bullshit. See, some people make movies and stuff that they want to do. Or they make movies and stuff that, you know, they didn't did and they shit fail. But they want you to believe it. It's like people don't understand. You see that Star Trek shit? Dr. James T. Kirk. They had flip-flop razors way back when. People didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, ooh, what is that fat? No, that's real fat. Roll it.
Dinosaurs do exist. We can get into that too. That's a lecture called Genealogicals. There are just numbers of publications and showed that can show that they have crossbred everything. They now have plants that have insect venom, and they have insects with plant.
See what that man just said? They didn't cross everything. That's how they crossed that woman so she sleeping with animals. That's some cross shit. You don't believe me? Get a bee to frog a dog and see if she gonna get pregnant. Nah, you tell me that shit logic. It take way more than sticking a Peter Whacker in a vajayjay to come out with something. It just don't work like that. Nature and they may show y'all ain't did no damn weird science projects on this crazy. Weird science? Y'all from that back in that gap, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all young mug. Oh, for the new people, that's the lab. Get out of my laboratory. Okay, roll it.
Chlorophyll. I mean, when you do not hold to a spiritual role or feel that you are a co-creator, or even God themselves, because you feel that the Creator does not exist, then you do whatever comes in your mind to do. And on this.
Yep. I'm pause that right now. You do whatever you want to do. You get everybody in tearing down shit now. See what I'm saying? You think God is dead. Why the hell you here? How you get here? Some random ass shit happened to bump together and made human. Okay. I ain't gonna speak too long about this. I just had to say something. You know, it's like y'all been waiting on me to say something about all these videos, all shit be posting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You been waiting on me. I swear to goodness you been waiting on me. Nigga, passing up this whole like they waiting on me. That's all that is. Roll it.
This planet, there's a lot of mind. Yes. Good evening, sir. I know you want to bring that mic up. Otherwise, you're going to get a crook in your back. You see that little round thing halfway down there?
Yeah, and I'm going to call it this right now. Y'all need to check out that full Delbert Blair video and a lot of those other videos. Maybe talking about real shit. You know, the master teachers gone, man. All they left behind was their lectures and information, but overall, the real ones, gone, man. Y'all done waited so long, but that's all right. They did their job. They left that knowledge behind for y'all goofballs to pick up. Y'all still ain't picking up. White folk people pick it up, though. You know, their whole social media presence changed. Since they done got a hold of this stuff. You know, before it was some other weird shit. Now, what we talking about? And my Master Bobby say, y'all don't know the fuck. Y'all wait for niggas to crack the code so y'all can jump on the shit and say, you see? Look what we talking about. Roll it.
Metal knob, metal. Okay, fine.
What is the definition of a heartbeat?
Of a heartbeat?
No.
A higher being?
Higher being?
Look, what definition of a higher being? You go to church, you figure it out. Roll it.
My definition of
Oh, wait, I gotta pause there. I forgot. The problem started where the confusion is going. I forgot. Everything from here on now gonna be confusion. That man that we told y'all people speak with forked tongue. What you think they speak with forked tongue mean? You better figure it out. Roll it.
a higher being. Okay, trying to cut through the quick and not. I would say like an angel for some would be to me some.
Wait a minute. You talking about we're the high being? What? If this man been sitting in this lecture all the time, had a man told you the high being was a woman, he still try. You see, man. See, the problem is the same trick is happening on multi-dimension. Them pink people do the same trick to the black people. The black people do the same shit to the different sexes. The men and women is the same battle. They all do the same shit on different levels. It's all the same game. Nothing new under the sun. The same shit these races do to each other is what men and women do to each other. Same old shit. Same old CC. Same old boring ass game. That's why I say, if y'all ain't figured this shit out by now, because the same game is being played on different levels. It's called multi-dimensional chess. You ever seen Star Trek? When they got them layers of boards stacked up on each other? Same shit. Roll it.
Body who has intelligence that for some reason or another is not understood by one who sees it.
Higher being is something that's not understood by the observer. Now, didn't they just say a woman was an enigma? A mystery? Where Scooby-Doo them at? Where the mystery van at? Man, you know what? Roll it.
Consequently, I would say like a god or a Lord God would be somebody with a very high IQ, past.
About that. He had to explain somebody with a high IQ. Well, you know it ain't him. I tell you that much. Roll it.
The norm and so on like that. I definitely believe in a creator. I definitely believe in a first cause. I think we have changed the name to fit some things that we have not quite understood and has been taught that same kind of, whether it's fallacious or not, that same kind of concept. Did you understand what I said?
He don't know.
I thought because you were walking back there.
He ain't even on the question yet. How you hell gonna understand the answer? He is talking inside his neck. Roll it.
A higher being to me is, there's only to me in my mind one creator. That is the only higher being that I hold allegiance to. I can envy, I can respect, I can try to emulate, I can study other beings who are more intelligent than myself and then try to see if I can find wisdom in some of their actions. I do not feel that some of the references that we make are to necessarily higher beings, but just people who have had a chance to become a little bit more intelligent than we are. I still believe in a universal cosmic prime creator, but not in some of.
See, when you talk about intelligence, how the hell males intelligent and y'all tearing up where you live? How you shit where you sleep? You know, They tearing up the water, agua. They tearing up the food. They tearing up the air. It's like they got a separate supply or something. Don't we have the same air? Don't we have the same water? I understand you might, have your own little cow somewhere in a pasture. But you can't separate air like that unless you're a bubble and a boy or a boy and a bubble. Which one is it? You the bubble? Bubble boy. Man, you're slow here, I tell you. And let it live underground. They got a story about them people living under, what they call that in the center of the earth. Didn't they make a movie about that in the center of the earth? What they call that, Asgard or? Nah, that's something else. That's just some fake ass cracker story. Well, Brody.
The multiplicities of gods and Lord gods that proliferate our religions. Okay, I'm glad that those, Okay, now I got to do a man and a woman lecture, and I'd like to finish it before 10 o'clock. Hello, my brother.
Hey, you know what I thought? I'm just trying to get to the man and a child. He'd already talked about woman. That was part one. I couldn't put all that in one video. Y'all dudes with a pass for the frog out, man. Oh, Lord, it can't be. Say it ain't so. Wrote it.
Again, yes, okay.
I apologize for being late. That's some things I had to take care of. What I wanted.
I'm sorry. My ears bleeding. And I love Delbert, but I'm not about to sit for no question. Y'all want to see the full footage? Y'all go catch Dr. Delbert Blair, man, woman, and child lecture. You can catch that if you really want to hear what these fools saying. Because ain't no us men still try to mansplain and figure out, well, you sure you said what you said, true? All right, roll it.
If I missed anything, like I said,
If it was the case, I know a lot of men would. So I'd like to now get into a little discussion, if we will, on man. And it's interesting, as I said before.
Oh, Lord, we gonna talk about man. Well, get your bean popcorn ready, because this is gonna be a hell of a ride. It's gonna be a doozy. Roll it.
When I give the man lecture, I always expect women. When I give the woman lecture, sometimes I expect men. But when I give the man, woman, and children lecture, we're going to have a fun, interesting time. Aren't we? Yeah, okay. Say that with some exhilaration and some...
Yeah, they don't seem too enthusiastic about this shit. Everybody had questions about woman when it came to man, and people like, we already know. You ain't tell nobody, no, we already know. Half these women in here married, got daddies and shit, and man, we already know. We already know about Cletus. Roll it.
Happiness in your voice. We're going to have a fun time, right? Yeah.
Let me add to this piece. If this man here say something about man that your mama didn't know, man, shoot me in the foot and call me Billy. Roll it.
Man. It's interesting, too, that at this time in our race for space, at this time in our 1995 calendar year, that we have the O.J. Simpson trial dangling like a red dragon and a big...
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Roll it.
Sword of Damocles over our heads as we're looking at that and missing so many other much more important events that are happening in our country at a fast, almost frightening pace. But this is the way we do it. First with sex, then with race, and with, of course...
He said that with a smile. This is how we do it. Nobody else. Roll it.
The whole idea of one sex subjugating another. There is a day called May Day, celebrated...
Hold on, and that's when I'm playing about the crash. Mayday, Mayday. Roll it.
Throughout Europe and celebrated a little bit in the United States. It was canceled in its celebration a lot because it was stated that it was only practiced by communist nations and country, and the whole idea of May Day became one that was political rather than its original meaning. Its original meaning was taken from what is called May 1st, or Happy Day, Happy May Day, sometimes referred to as the rites of spring, the fertile season. It was a commemoration of the beginning of summer, the turning of spring, and was celebrated by the good ship Mayflower, or the
I thought about said the good shit lollipop.
flower that grew, the Maypole, and the May Queen.
There go the Maypole. Oh, hold on. You never forgot about the Mayflower. Oh, roll it.
I begin this talk of man to only let you understand that it is an old custom celebrated on every continent of the beginning of man, or the sequestering of man by womb man. We'll make this clear as I move on again. Away from the religious and the puritanical and even the political thought who have used this concept to abuse it, I want to get into what the dictionary has stated about the phylum species called man.
He said a phylum species called man. All right, dudes out there, get your little notepad. I know y'all still trying to figure out who you all is. So this man about to tell you who you is, so you can know who you are, so you can roll with that. You know, maybe you understood who you were, you do better, you know? You can't do better if you don't know better. So, I advise a lot of these dudes out here, please accept this with a grain of salt, but accept it though. Whether a grain of salt or a bag of salt. Just accept shit, man, because y'all don't know about nothing else. And the thing is, you already know you. You just don't want to accept shit. Maybe you hear another man say, that's who you is, man, and maybe you'll get it. Maybe be comfortable with that. You ain't gonna be the only one, you know, your head stand alone. You know, you could be dead wrong as long as everybody with you, you don't mind. A whole bunch of dummies jumping off the goddamn bridge knowing they wrong. Just could other than it. Yeah, they say, if Billy jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge too? Yep. Roll it.
Says that man is an adult male human being.
He say adult. Yeah, right. Roll it.
We're starting off in agreement, right? Hopefully so. I haven't seen any hands yet now. All right. Okay. That boy is a male child before he becomes a man.
Wait a minute. I thought you said about girl last time. Boy.
And at one time that the word girl meant young boy.
See, told you.
Now that's just about what we heard about, or at least what I studied about and shared with you, was the same thing about girl and boy. Why has this nomenclature changed?
You know what? Maybe that's why the Transformers be feeling the way that they feeling. You know, and I feel sorry for them, but not really. But I feel sorry for them, because they're so lost and so confused. And then, them things, them powers that so-called be, oh, man, they just using the shit out of these people, man. They being played like boo-boo the fool. And they being used, you know, but that's what happened when you lost. You know, you fall for anything. You say you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And they fall for anything. And they just want to fit in. You know, they just won't look. I guess they got mom and daddy issues. You know, somebody, well, not us, not me. Somebody giving people a hug, for real. Maybe they ought to hire other Transformers to give other Transformers a hug. Maybe they might feel better about themselves. Because that's some sad, that's sad. See, speaking of sad, me and my little niece was talking about this movie, The Silence of the Lamb type of book. Man, these movies sick. They were talking about making horror movies and how they had to kind of slow down on the horror movie because it was igniting certain shit and sowing seeds in these crazy motherfuckers' minds, and that shit got carried away. And I see why there was a lot of dangerous shit come out to show people to the public, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as Junebug. That shit ain't make no sense. Roll it.
Change. What is it that has made the word boy now mean girl, the word girl now mean boy, or was it, like possibly I alleged at the end of the female woman lecture? The word patriarch means the father or head male of a family or tribe, and
Father. Padre. Head male of a tribe. Oh, Lord, you put them clowns in charge. Roll it.
in the Christian Bible, of course, it was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, examples of patriarchal or
Uh-oh. See, that Abrahamic religion? That father shit? Remember I told y'all that the boy used to follow his mother's God. And then this weird God came in from out of nowhere. He ain't know nothing about that mother. And you drop what your mama and them used to believe that was good. All of a sudden, pick up some shit you ain't know what. You just up and follow that mother, you ain't know what the fuck going on. See? Confusion of God. See, that Abrahamic religion, that's some weird stuff. That was the birth of patriarchal. And that's where that other split came in. They got a lot of splits written in history. Them pyramids out there that got all that soot like they had a nuclear bomb going off in that mud. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. Man, y'all cutting up, man. Y'all, but y'all can check my book out. It's not out yet. I got one out. It's called Universal Law. The transformation of iron source resonance. It's on Amazon. Check it out, man. I'm telling you, this is powerful stuff. It's a light read. You ain't want to get too heavy because y'all can't handle heavy. You know, y'all can barely handle lightweight. You know, handle my lightweight, handle my lightweight. That's about all y'all can do, handle light shit. Roll it.
patriarchy. We presently live in and for some time have lived under a patriarchal society or male-ruled society here in the United States, male Caucasoid.
Male rule. That's not just the United States. That's everywhere. It's everywhere. Don't let them lie to you. And that figurehead, that what I named that ugly ass queen, that bitch look like 2 bags of rock nuts. Thank goodness that bitch gone. Ooh, thank goodness she gone. That thing was rough. But she was patriarchal too. Don't let her fool you. Just like that lady Mama on T say, it's a split, there's a divide between women, just like today. They got some women that'll fight you for a man, like they ain't got no more. They ain't got they about to run out or something. Man, roll it.
Dominant. The Bible says that Adam was the first man and that the Lord God did create him and that he placed him in a seemingly tropical paradise.
The first man was Adam. Well, see, there's an esoteric thing about that called Adam Catman. Y'all gotta dig a little deeper. You really do. Y'all gotta do some reading, man. Just read. Reading is fun to mental. To your mind. You know, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And I think that's what happened. Nick brain and atrophy. He ain't used that bit. Roll it.
Because he might become lonely and made for him other animals and finally a helpmeet, which was womb man.
He might become lonely. Since you gotta transform, why God did you make another man? Would he have been lonely then? See that? Y'all not asking the right question. Roll it.
Because of this emphasis placed on man by the Lord God, religions and nations and political societies have accepted this.
Is that same God that the rabbis say they confuse y'all with? You gotta think about that now. Don't forget that same God that made man with possibilities to do good. Oh, he made him good, but we need to want to make him better. It's the one, oh, he got a potential to be people, but I don't know, he might not make it. Roll it.
Planet venerated man And the church specifically says, again, that he is divine and the rightful ruler of all things.
He divine. Divine. So, a retard is divine. Man, y'all better stop all that lying to people. You know what? Wrote it.
And that they were made for him and under him to control. Now, some things have...
So, if they believe that bullshit, why y'all blaming women? See, they didn't wrote their own story. Say, God made me in charge of shit, but yet you blaming women. So when we say y'all jack this world up, well, you in charge now, but you still blaming women. That don't even make no damn sense. Y'all need to cut that bullshit out. That's some bullshit. Roll it.
Happen in our society which threaten the male where he lives. Instead of a male man, we now have a male person. And I know you say, but it's spelled M-A-I-L. Well, at one time that M-A-I-L really stood for M-A-L-E because there were very few letter carriers that were female. That's changed in the last 40 years.
Hold on, how could that be M-A-L-E, male man? What? That don't mean he carry M-A-I-L. So why would you say male man and, you know what? I told y'all, y'all crazy. Y'all done wrote all this shit. That don't make no goddamn sense. Y'all at your everlasting rabbit mind. Roll it, man. Just roll it. Go on, roll it.
Instead of a chairman of the board, there's now a chairperson. A congressman.
That's some transformers doing that shit. Women wouldn't say it, no. Y'all got women saying something they ain't got no voice, no way. Y'all don't listen to women, no way. Like y'all gonna change something. Get the frog out of here. Roll it.
Man is a representative. Mankind is now human being. And a policeman is an officer of the law, and you understand all the things that have really come into being over the last 15 years. Believe it or not, this has changed over the last 15 years.
Yep.
This is not an old subjugated thing.
Yep.
We were very patriarchal here, not only on earth, but especially in this country for a long time. We have homosexuality rearing its sexual head.
They brought that here. It wasn't homosexual. It was patriarchal for a long time. That was since 1492. Everything was jacked up since 1492. It wasn't patriarchal before they got this bitch. And I know damn well they didn't have no man. With the Pony Express. Ain't no goddamn mailman. It was only patriarchal until they decided to start flipping shit. I say about 200 years. 200-300 years at the most. All that rest, that's some jive. Roll it.
And we now have AIDS threatening homosexuality. We have all kind of divisions of mind as to who and what is right and what is man. And I say because...
You see, all that how about the homosexuality, that's them pink people then got a hold to some esoteric shit because they done read and found out that, oh, you know what, the men have boobs and they nutballs is some ovaries that had to run away and they way down below, and now they got a hold of this shit, and now they trying to say, oh, well, we woman. Hold the truck up. Hold it.
of all of this, once you begin to question your thought and your concept, you begin to change that presence that is around you. Now, whether it was like the chicken and egg, that the thought had to be changed in the air and consciousness that we exist in, or whether or not as we change the air and the consciousness around us, is up to you to choose. But man has begun to change. And the word man, as understood, is definitely changing. Everything that I stated in the woman lecture, to save some time, pretty much holds true in the man lecture, especially as it is associated with woman and the woman lecture again. One thing with the ravages of old age, with ulcers, diabetes, and heart attacks, and so on and so forth, it is becoming hard for either sex to exist well, and man on earth feels himself somewhat now threatened.
So your own patriarchal killing you. I told y'all. They paid all y'all for food. They paid you for food. Just like them pink people. They told y'all you was kind, you was smart, you was... No. I don't know why they keep lying to y'all. See, that's that. I need my ego strong. So bad you accept any old goddamn bald-faced lie. Knowing damn well internally you ain't that. Oh, you Superman. Okay, go jump your ass off a building or stop a damn bullet. You know you ain't no goddamn Superman, but you're gonna take that lie and you're gonna roll with it as far as you can, knowing goddamn well you ain't shit. You knew this though. You know it. You know you can't motherfucking fly. Stop it.
I state, since it was brought out before, and I was going to skirt this, but I won't. I'll tell this now, especially since the question of biblical theology was mentioned. I will look at this and interpret another way. Some of you who are Hebrew Israelites already agree to it. Some of you Islamic agree to part of it, and I'll run through this briefly, and then we'll see if we need to go over it again.
Yeah, I done heard them folks. The Hebrew Israelites, they so, ooh, y'all lost as mud. The Islam people too. You swear, oh, they gonna give you all the pink people to enslave, and you just gonna do your way with all they women, and that's all y'all think about. The world association gonna be in it, and all you can worry about is frogging these pink people movement. So you just want the pink man woman. That's all the fuck you care about. But yeah, and you roll it, man. I ain't even got the energy to address these clowns. They just some clowns. Roll it.
If we state that in the first chapter of Genesis, that in the 26th verse it says, God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
Here we go with that God.
And that them have dominion over, and then et cetera, et cetera. And that in Genesis 26 verse.
See how they fake God gave him dominion? Oh, you got dominion over the earth, and the animals, and the fowls in the air, and the things that crawl on the ground. Gave him dominion. Have this mug ever did something right by their little so-called God? And why their little so-called God gave them a position on goddamn well, they can't even fulfill that shit. I understand you need a little push. I understand you might need somebody to give you a little hope. But come on, man. Why would you give them bitches a control of the entire world knowing they ain't capable? It's like you want their God to set your ass up for failure. That's how stupid you is. Roll it, man. I don't think I'm going to respond no more tonight to this video and let this motherfucker just say something that just rubbed me the wrong goddamn way. Roll it.
It then says also, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. We have here then a God creating a male and female at the same time and calling them mutually man.
Yeah, I didn't heard about that. I didn't studied a little bit of that piece. Man wasn't just, male. That mouth knew and all that crap. It flew all under one umbrella. And that's what it is, too. That whatever that little confusion God is, he's confusing me even more. This don't make no sense. The father of confusion. The father lies. The lies are confusion, and confusion is lies. Roll it.
Later, a Lord God, and the two terms are used individually,
Here
creating another man and calling him Adam.
we go. It also tells on itself when Adam and Eve had two sons. See what I'm saying? There go that boy mom, and she had sons. Why she didn't have daughters according to the true science? Because he was probably stressing the fuck out. So she had two sons. And I know y'all know about this. So Adam, Eve, and two boys. So who the hell them two boys gonna sleep? Oh, my bad. Look, the first murder ever. Can't kill Abel. See, you can tell them motherfuckers vicious and violent. They do kill his own goddamn brother for some bullshit. Ain't nobody else even, so say, but that's a lie, but hypothetically, ain't nobody else even on the planet. You killed your first only brother for what? Right there they telling you how wicked man is. And look, that goes to show you and debunk your bullshit. Where the daddy need to be in the home, and this why the world and children act the way they do, because the daddies ain't in the house. Okay, so clear example, which is a nice piece. Adam and Eve, and he ain't the daddy in the house. Why your son a murderer? You didn't teach him better? So from jump, it show you that bullshit, oh, the family dynamic. Yeah, the reason why, because the family died. Family broke apart. And yeah, it's just because of the family. Because the families ain't together no more, all this crime and the children crazy. And so you got a prime example, the first so-called family, which was a lie too, but we just gonna go with the narrative. You got the dad and the mama, and they ain't even married. Look how they do that bullshit. But anyway, your dad in the house with you, and you murder your own brother. Really? But they not lying though. You got God in your back pocket, your daddy in the house, your mommy in the house. So you ain't got mommy daddy issues, so say. And you still kill your brother? And not even a stranger, you kill your brother. How wicked is that? So they've been telling on you males, this whole freaking time. Something wrong with you. And look here. He killed his brother now, so it's just them three. So when he get a little older with his murderous ass, and I don't even see, and he so say went to go marry somebody. Well, who on the planet? Who else on the planet that this motherfucker can just jump up and just go walk 20 miles and find a bitch? Y'all better start slowing down when y'all reading shit. Who he married? And then, look how stupid a bitch he is. She married a murderer. and it's supposed to be good. So all that shit, oh man, y'all started off Jack the fuck up. Jack the Ripper. Y'all started off Jack the, and you wonder why the seed fucked up. Now his murderous ass, his shitty ass, gonna sit up there and have kids. Now you got a little bastard murder ass kid. What you got, some Dexters running around? Murdering people? And that's supposed to be. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be the foundation of y'all religion? That's supposed to be the. Man, wait a minute. That really don't make no sense. You think about it though. That's your foundation? That's your seeds? Your daddy a murderer? Man, I can't begin to say how jacked up this shit is. If you just take it and bite it bits at a time, you're gonna realize all this shit don't make no sense. And then you wonder why the blood's so fucked up. You wonder why they jacked up so jacked up. That's sad, bruh. Roll it, man. Just roll it. Roll it before I catch a headache.
And this is where the trouble really starts. What the modern theologists and preferably the theosophists are calling the second creation, or Adam 2, or colloquial again, Adam 1's offspring. We have to then look at one basic.
And then, hold up. Then God didn't even do nothing about it. He ain't even punish him. Didn't they say he don't want nobody to touch him? He mine, leave him alone. They need that demon seed spread. That's why I told him leave him alone. You kill a good one, so say. And you let the bad one live and let him create and drop more murder babies? Drop more evil, wicked? If your daddy wicked, you wicked. Don't they have more the sins of the father? Wow. I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make this shit up. Roll it.
Thing. The Hebrew word for Adam, which means red clay. That Adamic man was physically formed from earth-found ingredients, and at that time there was a lot of clay structure everywhere on earth.
Hold on. Clay. Where is this clay at? Because I know we got to do it. I know what blackjack is. Well, where's this clay at? Even today, where's all this clay at? Clay's only in a certain region, certain land. And ain't too much growing out of clay. Because clay ain't got no nutrients in it. Man, roll it, bro. Just roll it.
The Hebrew word Yahweh was interpreted as Lord God, and from the tetragrammation YVHV, or Yahweh, the Hebrew word Yehovah, past, present, and future, that's what the phrase means, was interpreted as God. That the Bible is based in generally on Hebrew scholars and scribes' interpretation of Oriental philosophy for a chosen people which were for to come.
Chosen people. Here we go, that's chosen people shit. Now, we already know that they fucked up on identifying God. That's what that rabbi say. They God. They got confused because God. Then you got a God that okay murder.
These scribes were called Masors or Masoretes, and they wrote what is called the Masoretic text. Therefore, we now have a universally created, self-contained, parthenogenic, higher consciousness God created man.
A parthenogenic God. Now, we already know parthenogenics only work with one gender, which is woman. Look how they crisscrossing the shit all up. And it's not him. He's just reading based upon what's been written before. That's why he's questioning stuff. Clearly don't make no goddamn sense. That's why. Roll it.
Partially absorbed and identified on a single planet, expressly Lord made lesser entity whose ability to reproduce itself as a god was lost, was then polarized, making the divine principle separate in two distinct bodies called male and female.
Divine principle and two distinct bodies. Now, don't you have two hemispheres in your head? Don't you have the male brain and a female brain in everybody? The logic part, the mathematical part, the creativity, arts and science part. So how you talking about man and woman divided and it's still together in the body? That don't make no sense. You got a man people and a man dog. A dog dog. Roll it.
This new and lesser creature was called by the ancient ones human, under the god hubris or animal self, animal god, which was depicted by the Sphinx. Since they now have found sphinxes throughout the earth, and sphinx on the moon and sphinx on Mars, all with the hue quality, animal quality, and since some look negroid and only a few look caucasoid, we have a challenge of interpretation and possibly a need for great research.
Wow.
I quote that in Genesis 1st and 2nd chapters, and it came to pass, which means after some time had passed, when man began to multiply on the face of earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took of them wives of all.
Nah, he gonna fuck his own creation. Ain't you, daddy? Man. Roll it, man.
Which they chose, and there was born to them mighty men, and there were giants in the earth. Now, if any kind of logic can be applied to that reference, that biblical reference, it means a primordial race of people born of God, the sons of God, had no daughters or distinctly separate females amongst them, took to themselves those completely polarized units called females that were on earth, and eventually lost the female quality within themselves, and they were no longer hermaphrodites. They produced at first all females, and later on some males who were incomplete were produced and had to fight hard to continue to propagate their kind through operative circumcision, as their prostrate tried to become a womb, and again they had a sheath over the penis much as the clitoris had, and they had to be cut back in order to let this extended species exist as a self-contained person.
Extended species. Self-contained. When I already told you this bitch was weak. And I already told you he was slow. But you still, he's trying to put this clown in a goddamn leadership position. No, he can't do a damn thing. Why you keep doing that? Why y'all humans keep... You know what? Roll it.
The male reproductive organs called phallus or penis, prostate and testes, scrotum and orchic, and there is your key as a male, orchic, are similar in many cases to what is found in the female. The female fallopian tubes, again, resemble the male vas deferens glands. The male prostate, not prostrate. Prostrate is to prostrate oneself in front of, on the ground, or at a lower angle.
And that's what they do.
Prostate means to stand in front of alone. There also was a key which they hid from you. Every man...
Maybe they all getting prostate cancer because they can't stand to be alone. That's crazy. We'll keep it rolling now.
Man has the rudimentary mammary glands of a female and can produce milk. And the bulbourethra glands of the male are equal to what is called the larger vestibular glands in woman. The same thing that I stated just backwards as when we gave the woman lecture.
Yeah, I gotta take a break. We about, let me see, maybe an hour, 23 into this. We're gonna pick this back up. I'm gonna have to make this out of 3 segments. This is a lot of detail. It's a lot of information. And I hope you'll join me to the last episode, part 3, to clear this shit up, man. It's just, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. using your mental abilities that way to conduct cognitive reasoning and logic and things of that nature, and just beauty and understand concepts of things. Be a jack of all trades, but master of none, which is the best thing in the world. So until the next video, part 3, peace, people. Keep it real in Greece.